All right, everyone, welcome back to ITV Live, the DJ sessions. We're rocking it out right now in the studio, in the new and improved ITV Live studio, Studio B. If you've seen Studio A, well, you're going to want to check out Studio B. Got a new stage set up in here. Everything's going good. I'm over in Master Control, and on the phone with me right now, Vaski is on the phone with me right now. Vaski, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, great. You know, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the opportunity to jump online with us, jump on the phone, and do this short little interview. We missed you when you were in Seattle, but that's all good. We're still going to get you, you know, on our show some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, man. So we're going to dive right into the interview. I know you're a busy guy. You're out in the tour bus traveling around the United States right now. You know, tell us, how did you first discover dubstep, and which of the artists really inspired you to start going into the dubstep realm?
Well, I first heard dubstep at a festival, like a festival in southern Minnesota, which is where I'm from. And I had gone there because some of my favorite local drum and bass DJs were performing. And I think this was in 2008, like summer of 2008. And they were playing, and I realized that it wasn't the kind of music that I liked. It wasn't drum and bass, and it just felt slower, and it felt kind of weird. And I was dancing, and like halfway through the set, I started to notice, like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I think I can get down with this. And then by the end of the hour-and-a-half set, I was, like, really loving it. And the first thing I did after I went home from that festival was started to try to make dubstep.
So you're a producer of dubstep, as well as you spin dubstep when you're in shows, or is it just all live sets from you?
Oh, well, I write my own tracks, and then I DJ when I perform. So what I'm doing is taking my own songs and mixing them in between each other and mixing them with other people's tracks. And my sets are mostly dubstep, but I do like to change it up here and there, you know, like some electro or moombahton or trap, just to keep things fresh, you know.
And, you know, you mentioned keeping it fresh. What are some of the ingredients for a signature Vaski dubstep track?
I usually like to start with pretty sick drum beat. Like I spend a lot of time when I'm first starting a new track selecting kicks and snares, you know, like I layer everything, so I take a bunch of different samples and combine them together in a way that I think is cool. And then I usually start with the melody after that. And for me, I need to have really aggressive bass lines and really cool melody lines to make a really sick track. I think it's important to have all the ingredients and not just one thing. Because if you make a track that has a really cool bass line but it's not catchy, it's not really going to go anywhere. So I like to combine both of those, and I think that my melodies are slightly different than other people's, and I spend a lot of time trying to make them, you know, catchy and fresh and kind of have my unique sound. And everyone writes music differently. Like, it's all from the brain. So everyone's music, if they spend a lot of time on it and work hard, you can tell, like, part of their personality comes through.
Nice. And, you know, I've loved dubstep since I first heard it about a year ago. I mean, I know it's been around for a little bit longer than that. And I've been in the EDM for pretty much the better half of my life. And I, this summer, found an online station that I love. You may have heard of them, Soma FM.
Yeah.
And you know, Dubstep Beyond, their station there. Started listening to that and instantly started almost buying every single track that they were playing on that station. Just like I just got completely engulfed by dubstep this summer. And there's so many great artists there, but is there an artist that you particularly look up to in the dubstep world, or even outside of that world?
Well, I mean, I would say I look up to a variety of artists, and on a personal level, I really look up to Rusko. He's kind of been a major inspiration for me, especially with his stage presence. Like, I don't know if you've seen that guy perform, but if you haven't, definitely go and do it. He's one of the OGs of dubstep. Like, he's been around since the beginning. He's from the UK, and now he lives in LA. And he has a really wonky style. And he's just like a super nice guy, like really easy to talk to, easy to get along with. But he is the craziest on stage of any dubstep or EDM DJ I've seen. He's just wild. So I really look up to him for that. Also, Nero. I love Nero. I love the way that they combine like really pretty synth melodies, you know, with vocals by Elena, their singer. They combine that with like pretty sick bass lines, and I love hearing their tracks.
you know, both of those names are at the top of my playlist tracks that I've heard over and over again that I just love. I mean, we're in the studio tonight just listening to dubstep for our pre-show before you came on. So, you know, it's taken, I think it's taken a really good firm hold of as a definitely identified genre of music. And you mentioned Rusko getting crazy out there on the stage, just putting together such an awesome show. What's the wildest thing you've ever seen somebody do in like the front row of one of your gigs you've been playing?
I don't know. I've seen quite a few crazy things, but I'd say the craziest was I played this anniversary show in Baltimore, and it was like sold out, 2,000 cap room, and in the front there was a bunch of dudes and chicks just getting it in, you know, like literally doing it on the dance floor, and I don't really see that often. And that was pretty crazy.
Nice. Was it one of those no camera events?
It wasn't.
Well, we would have loved to have been there with the ITV live streaming cameras, but we don't know if we would have been able to stream. We might have to shut them off. But that sounds like an awesome show. And last weekend, you had a massive performance here together with Excision. How'd you like Seattle, man? What'd you think about it?
I love Seattle. It's actually the first out-of-state booking that I've had was in Seattle back in the day. So I've been here a few times, and every time it's just like been better than the last, and building and building. And this last time was just crazy. I love the vibes that I got there. I mean, it was an earlier show, you know, but like I played early on in the night, and it was still slammed, and everyone was getting crazy. When I played my song Insane, which is kind of like my signature song right now, I could just feel the energy of the crowd and like people singing along with it, and it was really an awesome experience.
Nice. And you're on tour right now. Is it a West Coast tour, nationwide tour? Where are the cities that you have planned coming up on your tour right now?
It's nationwide, so we're doing 55 shows, I think, all over North America. So, I mean, pretty much any major city, we're coming to you. And we've only been on the road for a week and a half now, so it doesn't end until middle of April, so we got a lot of shows left.
And you're on the road, or is everyone in the tour bus with you? Do you have your own tour bus, or how's that working out?
We have 2 tour buses and a semi. And the semi is carrying Excision's stage, the Executioner stage. So it's me and Paper Diamond on the one tour bus with a bunch of crew, and then Excision has his own with a bunch of the other crew. So, I mean, it's definitely a bonding experience, and it's a lot of fun, you know, being on the road with all these guys and having a blast.
Speaking of fun, I think you might know where I'm going with this next question. What's the best practical joke you've had? Do you guys play practical jokes on each other when you're out there on the road?
Yeah. And, well, like I said, we haven't been on the road that long, like a week and a half. And it's been really crazy thus far. So we've really only partied all together once. But there was one guy in the crew. I won't say his name to save him the embarrassment, but we all got really drunk off Budweiser, and he passed out, and we put him in someone else's bunk with a banana in his hand and extra condom wrappers around, and he woke up and didn't say anything, and no one said anything to him, so he has no idea what happened.
Oh, no. Tell me there's some unreleased pictures of him passed out with the bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. I'm not going to comment on one of the best practical jokes that was played on me once, but let's just say it was something along the same lines as that. Definitely, nice. Definitely interesting to wake up. Well, you know, you're releasing tracks. Do you have a planned schedule, anything you're working on while you're on the road, or that you're looking forward to get back in the studio and get on a release schedule that's coming up?
Well, I have a song called Baddest, featuring a vocalist called Betty Borderline, and that is all finished, and we're just waiting on the label, which is going to be Burn the Fire Records, to finish their promotion plan, and to be coming out sometime in the next few weeks. I've been playing it my sets every time, and it definitely smashes it every time. And I have a few other tracks that I'm working on, some that don't have names yet, but I'm spending a lot of time working on tracks while on this tour. I'm also going to see a collaboration of me and Paper Diamond sometime before the tour's over.
There you go. And, it's always awesome. We love supporting independent artists, seeing guys come up from out of the ranks, get big, blow up. Where can people find out more information about you, find out your tracks, where they can go buy stuff? Where's all that? Where are all those web addresses out there?
Well, my website is vaskimusic.com, and you can find everything on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at Vaskimusic, Vaski. When I made up my name, I knew that I had to have something that it didn't really mean anything else. So, if you just search Vaski, Vaski, you can find everything about me. My SoundCloud's on there. There's a bunch of free downloads, and you can check it all out over there.
That's exactly how we do it on ITV NW. We just say, look up ITV NW online, and you'll find everything out there. Easiest way to do it. Vaski, Vaski, on tour right now nationwide. Anything you want to say before we let you get back to work?
No, just keep chill and have a good time.
Absolutely. Oh, I got one last question for you. The video on the front of your website, that's the one where you're driving around? Is that you driving the car there?
Yeah, I think you're talking about the Take Me There video.
Yes.
That's just me and my friends driving around in my hometown, Minneapolis, driving around in my Subaru, just when my friends were like, oh, I want to make a music video for you. So he's in film school and just sped it up, and it's really trippy to watch.
Yeah, I like that. It's really cool. So, and the website again, one more time, is it Vaski.com, or what do you got there? Vaskimusic.com.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, well, I'll let you get back to work. Thank you so much for coming on ITV. We'll try to get a preview of that video in here right after the interview. And thank you again so much for coming on ITV. We really appreciate it, Vaski.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, man. You have a good evening, okay?
All right. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thanks. And there you have it, the exclusive interview with Vaski on ITV Live, the DJ sessions. Getting ready with Wilf in the ITV Live studios, rocking it out, having fun. Great guy, Vaski. Dubstep artist. Check him out. Check out his website, vaskimusic.com, Vaskimusic. Did I spell that right? I spelled his name right. Did I spell music? M-U-S-I-C. Music. Okay, I was in the studio late last night. I was here for 13, 14 hours. The band. I had to move the whole studio. Give me a break, guys. I'm not on the tour bus just lounging like Vaski. I'm partying, drinking Budweiser's, having fun. Anyways, man, thank you again, Vaski, for the interview. Will from Area 303 is coming up next on ITV Live, the DJ sessions. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick look at a video by a DJ